Each year we like to recognize people who make First Lego League happen throughout the state, throughout this event and all of that. So we recognize 3 individuals. We have our Coach Mentor of the Year award that we like to give out. We then have 2 Outstanding Volunteer awards. So the first one I will give out, if I can find it, here it is our Coach Mentor Award. And traditionally, our status for this has been who is a coach who not only shares the first spirit with their team, their parents, their entire community, but also looks to First Lego League as an experience and steps above and beyond the normal role of a coach to allow First Lego League to occur for all, if at all possible. Many of you were affected by our snowstorm in December. It's Georgia, whatever. But it takes some special individuals at times to make things happen. This particular coach has coached for a little while, but also when it came down to the crunch time of how do we get an event, how do we find a space, for those of you that don't realize what it takes to actually secure space, because I had plenty of emails, not from any of you, I know, but plenty of emails that said, what do you mean there's not a contingency plan? How is it possible that you didn't have a backup date reserved for all of these events? It just doesn't happen that way. But people can make things change. And so this year, for the Georgia Tech State Championship, my Coach of the Year, Mentor of the Year, person who stepped up, went above and beyond, is Miss Randy Terry from Mount Perrin. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. He said he would be here by 3 o'clock.
Okay. So we're not sure if our next outstanding volunteer is here. We'll have to see if they walk down or not. Similar to what Terry did in this case, this individual doesn't necessarily coach the team, but helps get events going in their area, and again, when it came down to crunch time, pulled some strings, made some things happen, got the event that teams needed to participate in to happen again. And so one of our outstanding volunteer of the year awards for this championship it's actually a duo, is to Mr. Chris Creech and Mr. Mike Lamb from the North Fulton Regional Tournament. Dude, thanks for stepping up for us this year. Appreciate it very much. Video delay. Now we'll wait for them to laugh. All right. Our last outstanding volunteer we reserve for Tom Collins to present or to put forward a judge who he feels has contributed over the years and is deserving of our volunteer award. And not only does this individual judge and put time in for this particular event, she is also instrumental to all of First Lego League, especially within the hosting of a super regional, hosting of a regional, coordinating the entire school district's efforts with First Lego League through DeKalb County, and through her first robotics programs and other programs. This woman has done an amazing job over numerous years for First and First Lego League in the state of Georgia. And with that, I want to thank Debbie Huffman. All right. All right, Tom, we have our Judges Awards first.
So yeah, we have two Judges Awards. They're given to teams where we knew they deserved something, and it wasn't necessarily, we didn't have a category for that. So there's various reasons we do this. A lot of times we see teams that strive against adversity, that we see teams that have an unusual, great response from rookies and otherwise young kids. So this year we do have two teams, and I have two different judges to speak to that based on what it was that they saw in these teams. So first of all, I think we'll have John Sewell come up here.
Yeah, thank you. The first Judges Award was a team that we saw, and I had the chance of judging them as one of the robot design teams. I ran into them out in the hallway and noticed the way they were interacting and preparing. I saw them do some of the robot runs during the competition, and I've got to say that this team was infectious. They were infectious in everything they did. I was proud to see them embody the core values of First Robotics League. Now, of course, they're a rookie team. I hate to say that limits down some of the ones, but we knew that they are a team on the up and coming, and we wanted to reward that effort and motivate them to see where they come in next year. But this is a team we couldn't let go home without saying great job. So Pebblebrook, will you come down and get a judges?
The whole team, come on, everybody.
Whole team, come on. The whole team comes in.
You get to take it back, but they get to receive it.
Somebody's got it. Great job, guys.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic, great job.
It's tricky.
Appreciate your effort. Great job, guys. Great job.
All right, thank you all.
And my next judge is going to here is James Lewis, who's going to present the last Judges Award.
All right. We were inspired by how well this team did without technical mentorship, and this team also did well overall in core values. And we were also inspired by the money they raised to help the waters of South Sudan. So this Judges Award is for Crusader Robotics.
Cameron?
All right, so it is my pleasure to give out the award that goes to the team that did the best on the table. They were the master of missions with the highest score of 230 points. I would like to give this to Team 27544, Probots 2.0.
All right. Our next set of awards are the what am I doing here? The awards for robot design. These awards this year are sponsored by IronCAD. which is, if you haven't experienced it yet, I would encourage you to go out, get the download. IronCAD is a local company, and they have now come on board with First LEGO League in the state of Georgia and have come to the realization that getting young people to start building and designing their 3D models in CAD is just the first step for their profession. Just ask Cameron, that's where he got his go. So our Robot Design Award, sponsored by IronCAD, and Tom's going to have the head judge for Robot Design present these awards.
Yeah, we're real fortunate to have head judges who've got a lot of experience. You know, all three of our head judges have previously gotten the volunteer award because they're all like a decade of service at this, at the state tournament level, depending on, and not regardless of what else they do. And so one of those is Tim Floyd, who's going to give the awards for Robot Design.
I'm Tim Floyd. I work here at Georgia Tech, and it's very nice to see these young minds ask that fundamental question, what if? That is a core question that we ask in engineering and science. So I see future scientists and engineers sitting out here. So I have 3 awards in robot design. The first award is in mechanical design, goes to team number 19711 Master Builder. Congratulations. All right, the second award is in programming. It goes to team number 31305, Rocket Rabbit. Good job. Good job. Okay, the last award is in strategy and innovation, goes to team number 3381, Transformers. Good job. Good job. Good job.
You have the list? Nope. Tom must have. All right. That's fine. Our next set of awards will be for project. And our head judge, Mike Foley.
Thank you, Jeff. Good afternoon, everyone. As always, the projects are getting better and better. We're really seeing some talented kids delivering a great message. You're getting the message, you're following the rubrics, and we're getting the information we need to be able to properly score these teams. Thank you. It's making our job, on the one hand, easier, but it's making it more difficult because we have so many teams that are so close. And it really gets down to how many teams or how many professionals you went to visit with. I mean, we're talking now hard numbers. So anyway, today we got 3 awards we're going to give out in projects. The first one is research. Team 3426, Kemp Elementary, for their water cooler filter. Great job. The second award is for innovative solution. This is going to go to a team 3569 Scotch Spots. And our last award in projects goes to the presentation. This team put forth a very creative presentation around a solid project, innovative solution. It's going to go to Ron Clark Academy, Blue Dragon 1. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you, sir.
And the last set of 3 awards in core values will be presented by the core values head judge, another one of these experienced folks, Andy Nagel.
Hey, thanks. So for core values, we have also 3 awards to give away. The first one is an inspiration. It goes to the team with the team number of 32539, Foresight Stars. The second award for teamwork goes to the team 1982 West Botics. And the third one for gracious professionalism goes to team number 25482, Hydro Wizards. Great job, guys.
Thank you, sir. All right. So our next awards are our Champions Awards. As those of you who are new, which is only a few handful of teams new to First LEGO League this year, our Champions Awards are for our best overall teams. These are the teams that ranked high across all 3 areas and also had a robot performance that was in the top 40%. This year was an extremely difficult choice for all of the judges, which is why we get hung up in deliberations, as you see, in terms of trying to get down here in time for that. So I'm going to let Tom present our first 2 Champions Award winners. Then I'll get back on the mic and talk about what happens with the next ones, and we'll present our final Champions Award.
Yeah, we lose everybody's attention as soon as these awards get out. So yeah, we're going to let Jeff tell a few things. And one thing that he may mention again then is that we're going to have all the rubrics. So all the rubrics are in the front here. So before you leave, send a representative up here and get a little folder that has all 3 of your rubrics. Those are helpful if you're one of the folks who goes on to, Worlds or something. That's going to be helpful. But even if not, it's going to help you next year. You're going to learn, how your presentation received, how your robot was evaluated, and so take that information to heart. Okay, so with that, the Champions Awards, the awards for across the board good performance. And third place goes to team 18550, team 4. Second place Champions Award goes to team 17067, Outside the Box. They were outside the room.
Yeah, I'll do that one. All right. So before we give out the last award and we get the rush of people to try to get out and do all that, I want to again thank all of you for being here today. Thank all of my judges, my volunteers, everybody that allowed today to happen. I want to remind all of the coaches, I'd prefer it just be the coach to come down so that we're not inundated with everybody and trying to figure out who's the one person. So if one coach will come down to get the rubrics, the rubric folders from Jasmine, that would help us immensely. Our second place Champions Award winner, out of the box that you just saw, you all are, I will get in touch with your coach. They need to come see me at the end about the invitational, either at Legoland or at Arkansas, to discuss representing Georgia at that event. Our last award, congrats to them. Our last award, which is our first place Champions Award, this team will be the team to represent Georgia from the Georgia Tech Championship. There will be a counterpart awarded next weekend from the Georgia Gwinnett College Championship that will represent Georgia at the World Festival in Houston, Texas in mid-April. Again, I'll announce this. I'll need to see that coach at the end of all of this so that we can discuss how all that has to be arranged. I want to remind all of you in here and in the other auditorium, please, when you exit the room, please make sure that you pick up your trash, deposit it in the trash cans outside. If you have stuff still remaining in the pit rooms, please go back and take that out of the pit rooms, but please do not disturb and mess. We put all the tables back in the way they needed to be for the classrooms so that Jasmine and I might be able to make it home before 9. And so I will ask that you all, and those of you that are sitting in the tables up in the front here, if you'll make sure they're back in order when you all take off so that we know that our job for the latter part of the day is towards the end. So our final award for this year for the Georgia Tech Championship Tournament is our #1 Champions Award. This year, our Champions Award team representing Georgia at the World Festival in Houston is going to be team number 30520, the Bucketheads. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you all for coming this year. We hope to see everybody next year for Orbit. Coaches only, one coach only down here to pick up your rubrics. Thank you, drive safe, see you next year.